Hey there family, welcome to my channel. My name is Julia Rose. I'm a psychic medium and Reiki master, and I'm so excited to bring you these messages today. First, we're going to start with a really exciting announcement. I have been working really hard on a shadow work bootcamp for you all to assist you in going deeper into your shadow work meditations to fully help you reclaim your power and heal your mind, your body, and your life. And I'm so excited to finally say it is now available to you. So if you're interested in that, it is 6 weeks to change your life. I promise it will. You can check out the link in the description box below. It's the second sort of bullet there. All right. Let's get into the message today. So we are gearing up for the full moon. We're already slightly in the full moon energy of November 2024. Again, because I'm always praying that these messages find you at the precise time you need them. That means inevitably that they're timeless. They'll apply to you in whatever season of life you find this, and always take what resonates, leave the rest. So if you are feeling a sense of closure right here, right now, give yourself a massive congratulations because you did it. All of your hard work is paying off. All of your hard work is paying off. And I know a lot of you have been moving through so many ascension symptoms, feeling up and down, up and down, up and down with your emotions, with your energy levels, with your appetite, with your sleeping habits, with everything. I want you to know that this is going to level out soon, but we still have a little bit of a push left before we reach the end of this season of change, before the end of 2024. So for you watching this at a later time, it could be anywhere the next 4 to 6 weeks. So yes, completion is a huge, huge, huge factor right now. And you are having so many realizations about the way your life has been dictated by everyone else's terms except for yours, the way that you unconsciously agreed to their terms, and finally reclaiming your power. It's another reason why this shadow work bootcamp was something I was working on for you in this energy, so that can help you go back into those moments and go deep enough into those meditations to help you rewrite the script, flip the script as I like to call it, and then take that power back, releasing any energies that you took on that were not yours. A lot of you are moving through this process on your own, but if you're needing a little bit of extra help with that, I highly recommend you check that out. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'm feeling like a lot of you right now are seeking support, and I mean support from yourself, support from the divine. I feel a lot of you are turning more fervently into your prayer practices, and you're seeing a lot of comfort in that. I'm seeing also a lot of root chakra healing taking place for everyone. You're diving deep into issues of security, issues of stability, of, again, support, and allowing yourself to move through those moments, those emotions of not feeling safe in your own body, to really work through those triggers and help yourself reclaim your power, your sovereignty from that false reality. I see some of you are really deep in the existential reflections right now, really coming to terms with your place as a light worker in this realm. It's so dark here. It's so difficult at times, and because you're a light in a place that is inherently covered with dense consciousness, it can be difficult to maintain your vibration at times of joy, of upliftment, of open-heartedness. So as you're diving deeper into your root and the insecurities that lie there, the imbalances that lie in your root chakra, you're finding a lot more stability and security within yourself. You're finding new ways to show up for yourself that are propelling you forward and helping you feel nurtured and safe enough to keep taking these steps forward. was something else that they were saying, and I lost it because I was talking. Can you bring that back? Thank you. So a lot of you have been reflecting on certain partnerships in your life. We're nearing up the end of Scorpio season, if that's correct. And this is a lot about everything that's lying in the shadow, but I feel like there's a particular emphasis right now on your relationships. So, and the way that you show up in your relationships. What does balance look like to you? What does equal give and take look like to you? I'm seeing that in this work that you're doing to rediscover a new sense of self, you're also finding a lot of heart chakra openings, feeling extra sensitive, feeling extra vulnerable. I can't even say it because it's not something that you want to acknowledge. So this is also a result of the anxiety that you're sitting with, and you're allowing yourself to get to the real roots of these things, which come to, again, imbalances that are held in your root chakra, traumas and burdens tied to root chakra related themes. So if you're wanting a bit more support and a bit more help facilitating the movement of that energy, please check out the full moon Reiki healing that I just uploaded prior to this video. I will actually link that in the description box down below too, so you can find that more easily. So I also say wait to watch that until you finish this video. So as you're diving deeper into understanding the way that you've been showing up in the world, ultimately it's coming down to this question: how do you love yourself the way that you would love someone else? What does that encouragement look like? What does that self-talk look like? What does that discipline look like? Perhaps you slow down and feel a bit safer moving through every moment. Maybe you find a bit more peace in the in-between moments, in the silence. Maybe these transitions that you're moving through become easier to let go. Ultimately, another theme that's really, really loud right now is your surrender, which is why the prayer practice came up earlier as well. Your surrender is everything. Surrender to growth. It's just as much letting go of the past as it is surrendering resistance to doing the thing that your healed version of yourself would do. I can say, moving through this myself, it is not easy because I can be quite stubborn, but I just like, we're all going through that, you know? How do you show up for yourself in a way that teaches your body, that rewires your subconscious mind in such a way to actually put you in alignment with a vibration of safety and support? What kinds of foods do you eat? How much water are you drinking? How much do you exercise? What kind of books are you reading? How do you connect with friends and family? Now, it's definitely not going to look the same for everyone, because depending on where you are, who you are, and what you're here to do, what you're here to learn, it's going to be unique to you. I can't even say it. It's going to be unique to you. But ultimately, this is just speaking to how much more of a compassionate state you're stepping into, the amount of grace and flow you're allowing into your life. So, is there anything else before we start pulling some cards? There's a lot of third eye, throat, and crown activations as well. I should just say your entire chakra body is going through a massive upgrade, but most loudly at this particular moment with this full moon, you're seeing the most upgrades in your root, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Solar plexus and sacral was more Leo season. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Because they just were like, there's just the giant sun. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Massive, massive, massive upgrades energetically. Like, it's got me tongue-tied and I'm speaking slower than I normally do. So, okay. You're also noticing a lot of feelings of lethargy and depression rising up from within. You could be noticing that you're moving through more of these lows and it feels more spontaneous and more difficult than ever because you feel like you've been doing all of this work to overcome this and move past it. And I want you to know that you have absolutely been doing that work. Please know that you have. It's just that as you start to when you start picking apart the knot, all of it starts to unravel. So you're finding that the deeper you go, the greater release that you're finding, but you're also seeing even deeper layers of the ego that have been built on, we'll say, even shorter, even sorer subjects. Meaning it's like, it's more difficult. Wow. Yep. Right on. It's more difficult for you to tolerate being in that energy. It's more difficult for you to tolerate these realizations, these conversations, going back in time and finding maybe comfort, maybe forgiveness, maybe surrender in these moments that are arising. And it's bringing up a lot for you. I feel like in this work, you're finding more of an emphasis on your solar plexus. Yeah, there's still something about the sun. Okay, they just, the moon is bringing all those activations, but your sun, thank you. Because they were saying daytime, I didn't quite get it. Maybe some of you are Leo here and have Leo prominently in your chart or your North Node specifically. The sun is what's activating your solar plexus and your sacral chakra. So in a few of my other videos, I've been emphasizing very, very strongly to make sure that you're getting outside, getting into the sun, getting the sunlight, because those codes are helping you feel like, oh my God, I'm not dead inside. Oh my God, you can actually do the thing. Oh my God, actually being outside, out and about, near people isn't the worst thing. Radical. You're being challenged. Those of you in hermit mode, you're being challenged to find more balance. Yes, they're saying specifically, strike a social balance. Okay, I thought we were going to be using cards, but maybe we'll get there. Strike a social balance between your prioritizing rest. You're prioritizing rest very well. However, you also inherently have a need for connection. And I feel like some of you are around or in certain connections right now where your newfound vulnerability is bringing up a lot of triggers in these connections. So it's making it especially difficult for you to feel like you can allow yourself to be expressive and seen as this version of yourself that is moving through the healing process. And perhaps it's such that you've developed your communication to such an extent that you're not really feeling like, or you're just seeing in the mirror of these relationships that maybe the people you're connected to are not able to communicate with you the way that would please you, the way that would make you feel safe, the way that would make you feel seen, the way that would make you feel heard. And these are the relationships that are really being challenged. These are the relationships that, I should say, you're being challenged through. These are tests. These are tests. These are tests. These are tests. your guides, or your angels, your ancestors, God the divine, saying, okay, you've been doing the work. Now you've been doing your little practice exams, your practice tests, your homework with your meditations, with your subconscious rewiring. Now go test it out. Go test it out. And I think the most difficult part of this is that when you're moving through even the idea of getting back into communication with some of these people, or repairing the bond, I'm hearing, it's very much feeling like these connections, like a lot of you are just very triggered because of the way that you grew up feeling around these people or have felt in your history with these people. And now you have a greater set of tools in your box to help you navigate your triggers. One of which may be feeling like you're completely overcome by their vibration. And as a light worker, as an empath, it's totally normal to feel like your energy is being sort of covered and meshed into these people that you're in connection with. And that in and of itself is really triggering, because you could start to feel about yourself the way that these people are feeling about themselves. And that's really triggering for you because you've been working on your self-esteem so much that it's like, well, it can bring up a lot of anger. It can bring up a lot of resentment. And your challenge in these conversations, your challenge in these connections is to really take it one step at a time and remember that you don't have to change your vibration. And changing your vibration doesn't mean, and not changing your vibration doesn't mean that you're not also being compassionate. So said another way, you can maintain your groundedness and communicate in a way that doesn't make you take on everything for the people you're talking to, the people you're trying to reach and genuinely feel a heartfelt connection with. And I know you're like, Julia, I don't really even care about that with those people. And I know, I get that. I know, and I get that. However, for some of you, this is what's required of you, because these most triggering relationships, these most triggering aspects of your life are where you find the greatest healing and where you can reclaim even more of your power, the most power that you ever felt was taken from you. It's in those places that you can reclaim the most. And that does look like a win-win situation. I'll say as an aside here, I'm not talking about your abusers. I am not talking about the people that have abused you. Recklessly and violently, I'm not talking about those people. For those of you who have moved through and walked away from those people, I'm proud of you. And you don't have to go back there. You quite literally never have to talk to those people again, ever. Ever. That's a different thing entirely. This is something that I shared in another video, but they're asking me to reiterate this again. For those of you moving through shadow work in relationship to certain memories, or just the general, we'll call it a cord that you held with an abuser. When you go to look at these cords, these people, in your meditations, in your shadow work, you could find that you're feeling a lot of embarrassment and a lot of shame. And I want you to know that that's valid, in the sense that I recognize that that's something that you're experiencing right now. But I want you to know that It is the shame and the guilt that prevent you from sharing your story and from moving through the healing. And when you take a look, or a deeper look at what that means, you see that shame and guilt isn't yours. It's the shame and guilt of how the abuser will feel when you bring that out in the open and say, this is what happened. This is what I went through. Because you see, the energy of opening that up immediately sends it back. And yes, it actually does ripple across space and time to trigger the karmic restoration. Because that energy is not yours to hold. You never deserved it. No. Because again, I told you I was seeing the sun before, and I just cut the deck to keep shuffling. I'm using Alice in Luna's tarot. Guess what was on the bottom of the deck? The sun. That's you. You watching this video. You are beautiful, you are brilliant, and you are radiant. This energy is your natural state. This energy is the enlightenment of the soul. This energy is the realization of your eternal joy as remembering being a part and parcel of the divine source of everything. And knowing that things are temporary, but love is not. So, someone needs to hear that your abuser or abusers can never come in contact with you again. That's a message for someone here watching this. And I'll say also that your guides and God the Divine will literally block people. Like, you can block caller, but they will mute, pause, mute, delete, and turn off. And just create a reality for you that this person literally vibrationally cannot reach. So it's just like you'll never feel their energy again. You're not going to notice them around you. Okay. That's for someone here. That's for all of you working through that, that's for you. Okay. Full moon messages. Okay, it's nice to see that we're lightening up here. Getting into a little bit of a better vibe. You know, I do what I can for y'all. Yeah. What? Wow. Whoa. Okay, wow. Oh my Lord, wow. Krishna, wow. Radhe. Wow. Some of you, I'm gonna give this to all of you. I want all of you to claim this. Put a 444 down there. Put 444, you already want to know. Like, you already know. Put a 444 down there, okay? Write it down. Write it on your wall. Write it on your hand. Paint it. Tattoo it. I don't know. Put it in the comments. 444. Because of this radical self-work, this radical self-work, you have never taken your self-love this seriously. You have never taken your self-love this deep and made it this real, this raw, this honest. It is quite literally changing every single thing about your body, mind, spiritual emanation, and self. And like, oh, I meant life. Yes, yourself, all of yourself in your life. Holy moly. Okay. Whew. Because so much right now, what you are focusing on, it's like this question before that my guide said you're finally asking yourself and getting real about. How do you love yourself the way that you have loved other people? What does that look like? What are those actions? And what is that self-talk? What is the mindset? I mean, in another way that you could say this is you reparenting yourself. This process in and of itself is putting you in the vibrational alignment of your highest possible timeline for this incarnation, for your entire life. This is the work that changes everything. This is the work that changes everything. And you might get frustrated because you're like, oh, okay, well, it's not happening right now. You say all these changes, energetically, I'm feeling a lot of things changing, but what's going to start changing in my reality? Well, notice that it's as much going to be a shift in the things that you think as it is about the things that you take action towards. It's going to be moving from the things you don't want to the things you do want. The things you don't want to do and don't want to entertain to the things that you do want to do and you do want to entertain. And this is your world of alignment. I'm telling you, I got 4 cards that came out. And that's what this says. The 6 of Swords. The Empress. The World. And the 2 of Cups. For some of you also, this means bringing in your kingdom spouse. Because you became your first priority. Loving yourself became your first priority. And inherently, because of the law of attraction, because of the law of everything that exists, you are what you eat. And you attract what you are. So when you are in an energy of loving yourself, of nurturing yourself, of prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your goals, and putting love in your healthiest embodiment, an expression of love in everything that you say and do, that automatically is vibrationally putting you into alignment with a person that will treat you the same way. That will literally love you the way that you have loved others. And it is because you learned how to love yourself first. That is so powerful. And for some of you already in connections with your kingdom spouse, you're seeing this work take a whole new level. It's like your identity is going through a rebirth. You did the work to get into vibrational alignment to meet your kingdom spouse and enter a relationship with them. But then beyond that, now it's triggering everything that can only be triggered in relationship. So you're moving through that layer of your ego. Because so much of you have been doing your shadow work in confinements, in isolation, and a lot of work can be done there. But because we're social creatures by nature, we thrive off of connection, and that is our inherent existence is connection. The next layer of your healing is triggered through your connections. We've already been talking about this a little bit here in this message. Yeah. Okay, what else do you need to know right now? Wow. Third eye is going crazy right now. No, that was too many. I said not even to take it. Okay. Just looking for one. Okay, you know what? If they want to give me another card, they'll give me another card, but this is also really clear. We have the Knight of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. And I'm going to cut the deck to find the fourth card because I feel like there's another one here. Oh, yeah, right on. The Chariot. I don't think that's what I was expecting, but it fits. So here's what I'm seeing. Because you are taking these steps to really reshape your mind and live in such a way that it's like retrains you, that teaches your body and shows your body that you are safe for yourself. You're seeing your worth. You're seeing how much you show up with in this world. You're seeing your inherent light as a light worker. How brightly you've always shined. You've always been beautiful. You've always been helpful. You've always been nurturing and caring. You've always been supportive to others. You've always been willing to work harder than everyone else. You've always been the first to jump in, to help. All of these illusions regarding your self-worth, regarding your drive, regarding your passion, your creativity, especially for some of you, all of those illusions are crumbling quickly because you're no longer lying to yourself about how amazing you are. You're not hiding behind some dullish energy because it's safer or more comfortable, because really it's not. Really it's not. And if you, because I'm seeing the more that you step out and allow yourself to be seen for how brilliant you really are, it's going to also trigger the collapsing of these illusions. And that's going to give you the forward momentum you're looking for. That, I'm hearing, that's what's going to take you to this next level. A whole new level. They're saying a whole new level. Oh, a brand new reality awaits. Split the deck, Four of Swords, because you've been doing the healing. Because you've been doing the healing. And you have overcome all the odds with strength. You did it. And the Eight of Cups, you're not afraid to walk away anymore. You're not afraid to let go. You're not afraid to surrender and see things in a different light. Because you're prioritizing your emotional reality. How you feel is everything here in this life. Everything. And as a light worker, as someone so sensitive, you've been so afraid to lean into that and to embrace it for the gift that it is. I know sometimes I get kind of cynical on this channel. I'm like, ugh, I don't know, I wouldn't really wish this on my enemy. But genuinely, to be able to feel so deeply, to know so deeply inside me what it is that I like, what it is that I don't like, what it is that I want, what it is that I don't want, and allowing myself to go there and feel that, that changes everything. Most people probably envy you for your vision like that. And I can hear you already. Some of you are saying, I don't know where I want to go. I don't know what I want to do. Yes, you do. You just don't want to admit it yet. You just don't want to admit it yet. Nothing's impossible if you're willing to put all of your focus into it and believe that you can do it. Anything's possible. So be clear about what it is that you want, because the more that you sit in this, I don't know, this murky energy, the more that that's going to be solidified and drawn to you in your reality. So how do we get out of that? Meditation. Where do I start? The shadow work. Because your inner child is operating always on the guidance of your higher self. So your inner child knows what you came here to do, as does your higher self. Which is why if you need anywhere to start with your inner child. Because your inner child knows the way forward. That's what I'm hearing. Your inner child knows the way forward. And knows that the path is clear. Because your destiny is yours. And yours alone. And I'm hearing that's the message. Wow. You got this. You've come so far. Oh my gosh. And what was on the bottom of the deck? The Magician. Literally, you got this. If you needed any last confirmation here, it's this one, okay? I love you all so much, and I'm so grateful that I can channel messages for you in this space. And if this resonated with you, please let me know down below. Like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get a notification every time that I make another post or upload something new. And yeah, I've got a lot of exciting things. I'm just so excited. I can't even say it. A lot of exciting things going on. Even more things that I am excited to bring to you. So if you're curious a little bit more about my work, check out the links down below in the description box. You'll see a lot of fun stuff. All right. I love you so much, and I will see you again in the next one. Take care.